Love left a long time ago. I'ma get ghost when I know that it's finished. That's my problem, I don't have no limit. Even when it's bad, I keep on giving. It could be over and I keep on digging. Just cause I am don't mean they willing.
There you go.
Gang. Shouts out to Quake. Why don't you make music anymore, Quake? Stop making beats for people and start making your own shit again. That was clean.
He made his own music before?
Yeah, that was an EP that he did like years ago. I love that EP too. I still listen to it all the time. But yeah, here we are, episode somewhere. I don't know where we're at anymore again.
Probably in the 30s?
In the 30s. Damn, I feel like we got to start making up some steam again. Well, we've been on some shit. We were just talking for a while before we got on camera. We were talking about doing a little project. Do you want to talk about it all, or should we not talk about it?
Oh, let me put on my beanie. My hair's all crazy.
Beanie.
Hold
okay.
on.
That's okay. I don't know if you wanted me to answer that, so I'll just say we're working on things. We're working on physical media instead of digital media. How about that? It's a good way to look at things. Yeah. Great times. This is how it feels when you're doing it by yourself, I guess.
All right.
Is this how you felt? Did you ever do a podcast by yourself, like with no one there besides you? I mean,
I tried, but like
it's always tough, right?
It's tough. It's awkward.
Yeah, really hard talking to yourself.
Like what do people want to listen to me for?
Yeah. I mean, shit. I feel like people feel like that now, but apparently people say they come up and listen to us, so that's nice.
Okay, so let's restart. Recap.
Yeah, recapping. What are we recapping? Before we started this podcast, we were talking about stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so what are we working on this year? I know when we last met, we talked about our goals going into the year.
Oh, yeah. And what we were,
trying to accomplish stuff. So what are we actually
going for? This year, I am working more on like advertisements and ways to do that. I think that's kind of the way to get my stuff going. This is very embarrassing, I feel like, but I kind of like spent most of my life savings on a bunch of clothes for this year. So now I'm like very, very broke. And I'm like, damn, I have all these clothes now and I need to figure out like a proper way to like advertise that. And so that's kind of what I'm learning. I'm making a portfolio magazine book right now to like kind of help with that. Little things here and there. What about you? What are you doing?
I am working on a few different projects. I have a couple of things in the works as far as ideas, working with creatives here in San Francisco, working on some music videos, working on doing like a docu-series with Bay Area film photographers, San Francisco film photographers in general.
That'd be sick.
I'm working on that. I'm working on trying to start something with you, or like the magazine, and working on trying to do like, another cool project with Bay Area like music artists.
Yeah.
We're still trying to formulate that idea, put it to plan. We just talked about it briefly today about what we're trying to do, and once we get steam rolling, it's gonna be, I feel like that project will take a lot of time. Like,
yeah, that's for sure gonna take a good few months, 6 months maybe.
It's gonna take a while for us to get into that, so I don't want to really say what it is yet until we actually get it started. And then once we start doing it, start putting that work, show your work, put it out there.
I agree. It'll definitely be like a build up over time. It's kind of like how I did Rebel U. Like that took me maybe like 3 months to like get all those things together. But once I got it together, it was nice and pretty. You know what I mean?
That's all it takes. Like, I just want to, I always try not to put myself out there too much. Like I don't want, if I don't do something and then it's just like, I'm like, oh, why did I end up doing that? But at the same time, now I'm like, I don't want to put something out there and someone take the idea.
Yeah,
I feel like that. I feel like that's happening so much with social media now. It's like people are just ripping people's ideas left and right.
Bro, yeah. No, it's kind of crazy to see.
With no remorse. Like
they're like, hey, you'll never see me, so I'm going to take this idea.
I see a lot of content creators now, like especially with the short form of like making something cool and like interesting, and now everyone's doing the same thing. Yeah. One of them, like people are doing parodies of it. I don't know if this guy, like he obviously didn't start it, but it blew up and now he's doing it big, and it's the guy that goes to Target. He like sets up the tripod when you pull it in and doing all this stuff. And then now like people are
like making fun of him. People are doing their own thing on it.
But there's a lot of people that do that now. They do that like, this is me like cooking or doing blah, blah, blah. And it's like all this stuff, and it's cool like right now. And it's like everyone's just trying to do trying to do that. but then eventually it's gonna fade out, and then
yeah, I kind of wonder
like what's the next trend, and then blah blah blah.
I feel like we're kind of like in this spot right now, right, where it's like a lot of people are realizing like how like weird the world is, that we like kind of worship these like 8 to 10 brands or whatever, and that we like kind of like revolve our lives around them. So I feel like a lot of them now, a lot of people in general are like, yo, like I'm not gonna be like supporting like a brand that I don't know, and I'm gonna make my own brand for myself, and they're like trying to like do their thing, and I think that's super cool. But I think it's very oversaturated right now, for sure. I think there are a lot of people who don't know what they want to do, so they're kind of just grabbing onto those ideas where they're like, oh, my favorite creator does this, so I'll do that.
And it is cool. I love to see people create stuff. I love to see people go out there, getting out of their comfort zone and doing something with more with less, you know, whatever it might be. That's no hate to that. It's just when constantly people are, what bothers me is people are not coming up with stuff like
their own original idea,
the original stuff, because that's what I love to see, when people come up with a really cool concept and a really cool original idea like that. That is like really fun to see. Like one I saw like that made fun of it, or not made fun of it, but like parodied what that guy does in Target was really interesting. I thought it was really fun. Is that they show like day in the life of 3 separate people doing it.
I know what you're talking
about. They all like 2 running.
of them are Target people, or
one is an employee.
And he's like, "What? Can you guys be recording here?" He's like, "No."
And he's all moving the other person's tripod out of the way, and I just thought that was just like, that's like what people are doing now, and it's like just fucking funny to see.
It is really funny. You know what I also noticed about that video too, right? So it's like 3 perspectives.
Yeah.
When they're going into the Target, they're going in one after each other. The Target worker, the person who's doing their own.
I didn't even notice that.
I noticed it, and it made me laugh even more, because I was like, oh my god, that's such a funny little like Easter egg. You know what I mean?
That shit, like I love that shit so much. But before the Target guy, there was this guy that does it, and he just, all he does is put on good music, he cooks, and then he rolls up weed and smokes stuff. And it's really simple. He doesn't talk ever on it or nothing like that. And I thought like his ideas are really cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like he looks like he cooks good food, and he just does like a simple concept of like creating something. And obviously he's probably not the first person to do that, but just like there's people that master a certain way of doing something.
Yeah.
Or that will make it really popular. And then there's other people that just like, they want to catch that wave to
because they're trying to, you know, get their own thing going. And I think that's also part of like being like a creative person too, especially when you're first starting, is like you see what other people are doing, you're like, well, let me just try that. So you're doing like all these things that other people are doing, and I'm sure a lot of people are looking at that and being like, oh my god, this person's such a copycat, or they're such a biter or whatever. But then if you give them like 2 years and they're consistent with that, like trying stuff, I'm sure they can make their own lane and their own brand. Like it's all trial and error. You know what I mean?
And the hardest thing for me is like when I'm trying to create something, I used to just do things on the fly and then come up, like I had all these ideas in my head. Now I realize writing it down,
that is a big
writing
part.
out the concepts of it, and actually putting it, like especially for when I'm doing edits of stuff, just writing it down first and then trying to go basis off of that has just helped me so much, like organize my thoughts and organize, and then put it in, like put it from pen to paper to actual, like to actual media.
Yeah.
It's been so much helpful, and makes me feel like I actually can create more. Because a lot of times I felt stuck. I couldn't really do much because I have all these ideas, but it was really hard for me to put it together.
Yeah. No, I totally get that, because same thing happens to, I think, every fucking creative, you know? Like, it's a matter of like how many like hurdles can you overcome, because like there's always gonna be some bullshit in the way, but it's like, did I learn how to get over this hurdle, or like do I still need to like, you know, trip and fall and then figure out, oh, like I should have done this.
One of the biggest hurdles I felt like I always had to overcome was like, oh, I don't have the right gear. I needed the camera with stabilization. I needed editing software. I needed mics. I needed this and that. And then you get everything, and it's just like, oh, you actually have to do the work. You actually have to put in effort to do it.
I totally get that, because I was the same way. It's funny, like thinking back, because like it's so weird to me, because like with clothing and stuff, or like with fashion, I feel like that's something that like it naturally comes to me, you know, like it's like very easy for me to like work on something in fashion. But when I first moved out here and I was working on music, I did the same thing. I was like, oh, I need the right equipment first. I need the right mics. I need all this. And then I would get it and I'd be like, what am I doing? I'd be like, fuck, like, I don't know how to do this. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, obviously find what works for you, but like, you know, do it. Don't think about like all the right things you need. Like just work with what you got at the time. I understand that that's hard for a lot of people, but some of the most creative people make some shit with just their phone, you know?
Yeah, I've seen some people do some crazy work on their phone. There's a lot of like, if you go on YouTube, you could see like professional versus amateur, and you could whatever thing you're looking at, especially like someone making like a short video or something. Yeah. And I saw this one where this person had like a really, I don't know if it was an iPhone or if it was something
like a Samsung or something.
It was something where it was like kind of basic, where the other person had a Red Komodo, which is like one of the high-end cinema cameras. And they're like, okay, you have the same amount of time, you have the same amount like area, everything's similar. Now let's see how you could create with the best equipment with no knowledge, whereas someone as an expert and they know how to edit and they do everything. And the person that had the lead, like the most basic, you know, setup, but had the skills, their piece was like great. And the person that had the best camera and, you know, all this stuff, and they didn't have the skills to do all that stuff, theirs came out good because you're filming on good stuff, but it was still very basic.
It's
it like wasn't.
This person hasn't really made any strides yet. Yeah.
So that's like basically how you're able to, you know, push yourself to get to the next level and understand that when people are making content online, it's like a lot of it. Some of these people have a lot of experience, and they also have teams behind them. So when you're trying to compare yourself to them, you got to realize like, you don't have their experience, and you also don't have their team or their budget to do some of these things. So now you have to think creatively. That's where you're able to come up and do things and push the boundaries.
Yeah. Do you know like Cole Bennett, the videographer?
Well, which one?
He makes he's like one of the most famous music video people, and like
I know the name, but I don't know.
He has a channel. It's called Lyrical Lemonade.
I've probably seen it. I watched too much crap. I'm sorry. I don't know if I don't know on top of my head. But
he's like a videographer, so he does like camera work all the time. But it's funny because like he does this thing where he's like, you can do it too, and then he'll show like, this was completely shot on my iPhone 14 or whatever, and it's like, don't get me wrong, yeah, you did shoot out that on your iPhone 14. I understand that, but you also have a stabilizer. You also have a huge team of editors behind you who can actually make this shit look good. Like. And I feel like people don't think about shit like that. They're always just like, oh, like Cole Bennett did this with a camera. And it's like, he also had like $3,000 worth of fucking like software to work with. And it's, I don't know, I'm not trying to shit on him at all. I'm just saying like, people think like, just because he said that it was this way, that people think that, oh, it's super easy. And it's like, no, like work on it for a long time first to get it there, you know?
Yeah, that shit. Well, I mean, there's people like him. It is pretty good that they are showing their work and how they do stuff, because it actually helps others like that want to learn how to create. But watching something and doing something is
a little different.
Way too different things. So you actually have to go out there and practice and do it. And one of the main things of the main thing of anything is like practice. Try different things, and it might be discouraging. You might make something
extremely discouraging,
and you might not get, you know, the reception that you want or whatever it might be. And you put all this work into it and you put it out there, and it's like, people are not, you feel like people are not fucking with it. You feel like all the work was for nothing. You feel like you're not good and blah, blah, blah.
It's true.
The self-doubt comes in.
Yeah. But it's like important to like, I'm fucking up so bad. It's important to like look at yourself though and be like, I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for outside. Like, it may feel that way. I know how that fucking feels, especially when you're like a person who makes clothes and you want people to wear your shit or fucking listen to your shit or whatever the fuck it is. And it is extremely discouraging, but it's also just like, you have to like realize like, what are you doing this for? Because if you're doing it for people or for money or
you're never going to make them happy.
Yeah, it's not going to work that well. Yeah, you got to do it for you at the end of the day, you know?
So what are some new things that you're learning this year?
New things I'm learning. It's more like just like I'm trying to like get like attention grabbers for like videos and stuff. Like, I'm looking at like what people do to like start videos. Like, how do you like get people to do it? So it's like a lot of things are like hooks where they'll be like, I learned how to make X amount of money in 3 weeks, all doing blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So it's like, I like that, but then it's also like, I would rather do something more funny and more like creative and original and blah, blah, blah. I recently had like this dude, I won't say names, that came up to me and he was like explaining to me like drop shipping. Do you know what drop shipping is?
Yeah.
So he was like, bro, like you need to get in the drop shipping game. Like it'd make way more money for you. You can spend less money and you can still get the clothes. Like the clothes will still be really quality, but they won't be like 100% unique anymore. Like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but that's the whole reason I make clothes. I was like, don't get me wrong. I would love to make a lot of money. That sounds great. Drop shipping, I'd totally be down. But at the same time, like if I can't put like my unique like stamp on it, like if I can't put Rebel on it or fucking make my own little embroidery design or whatever, I don't really want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like are you doing it to make like money? Are you trying to like create a job like that way, like income source?
I mean, that's what he was kind of saying.
Yeah, like I get that a lot of people, obviously we live in a society where you have to make money to survive.
Yeah.
But at what cost? Like if you do that, guaranteed you're not gonna be happy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna knock his hustle. I'm sure he's making money off of it, and I don't.
Well,
think
for yourself, like if you did it, you probably wouldn't enjoy it.
Exactly. Yeah, that would like take out all the creative fun out of it. So I'd just be like,
you burn yourself out and not want to do it no more.
Yeah, exactly. Selling like $8 beanies that I bought for $1 or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It just doesn't sound that fun to me. But like I appreciated him like looking out for me. But at the same time, it's like I want to be like recognized as like a creative, artistic person, not like a drop shipper.
Just and push the boundaries,
Yeah, exactly.
For me, what I'm learning this year is actually how to edit better, because before I felt like I knew how to edit somewhat, but I realized I didn't know that much, especially short form content. Ooh. I didn't know how to edit. Now I have like a system down.
Oh, really?
I know how to edit it now. And
because you're making those things for Aft. Huh?
Yeah. So it's like I'm doing one like almost every day, and I'm doing it for myself to like practice and keep doing it, and just trying to get better each time, and learning how a proper edit bay looks like. So when you see an edit, like when you see a video, then you see like I'm starting to see like the algorithm is now showing me editors.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
now I'm starting to see editors how their edit bay is looking like, and I'm like, oh, mine does not look like that at all. Like what the fuck? Like mine looks like a basic edit across the way, and I'm like, all right, I need to
fill her up.
I need to actually edit and do things and add sound and add this and that and outcuts and whatever it might be. So when I'm editing for apps, especially like his latest show that he did at Drake's. Yeah. Shout out to Ash. Shout out to Drake's.
Did you try the beer?
Communal Nectar. Yeah, it was cool.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was a good beer. Like if you ever want to, if you ever want to have a craft beer at Drake's, try the Communal Nectar. I think they still have it. But it was a good event. Like it was cool them putting a show on there. Like it was really fun. It was really fun to like shoot it. It was really fun to. I got there a little late, but I got there right when they were starting. I missed the first. I missed the first performer.
Who was it?
Cindy? No, Cynthia.
Oh, Cynthia Barron. Yeah. Oh, shout out to Cynthia.
I don't know what they go by.
I think she's she. I believe she's she. I could be totally
wrong.
No,
by I don't know if they go by Sin or they go by Cynthia or like what their
music. Instagram handle I know is Cynthia Barron. So
yeah, like I met her at a rehearsal when they're doing rehearsal at Af's house, and I heard like I got to see her do the rehearsal, and I was like she's really
got a great voice.
She's really good. Like amazing. She's probably one of like she's probably like one of the really like amazing voices I've heard like in person.
I think she's great.
But I missed her performance, but I got there for AFS. But even though like I got to record his whole setup, and then I got to interview people afterwards, and now when I'm putting the edit, I'm able to incorporate their interview and then highlight their performance. So what I'm doing is I'm editing it, and then I'm dropping an outcut in there, so you can hear towards the end of their edit or towards the end of their interview, you can hear the music in the background playing, and then it just goes in together. And then I'm learning how to, because I never edited with text before.
Yeah.
So I'm learning how to like put on
your own text,
like text and stuff. No, I'm using CapCut. I'm using their generated stuff.
Using that, yeah.
But just like trying to find what formats work, trying to find the word to put them at, because when I put text too low, so when you watch them on Instagram, you can't see them. So now you have to. Now I know like where to put them at.
Yeah.
And just figuring out what works and putting in like apps like graphics that he sends me over.
Yeah, I like his graphics too.
And then just like incorporating all that into an edit, and trying to stay consistent and keep myself accountable by trying to do this to keep pushing it forward, because that's what I like to do. I'm interested to actually learning how to become an actual editor. 'Cause right now I don't consider myself. It's just for fun.
Yeah.
But I want to get to a level of professional, like to be a professional editor. But actually, it just editing so tedious, and some of those edits took me, like when I did a main one for him, which was a recap of the show. That one took me like an hour and a half.
Yeah, a long time.
And it was
how long was it?
It was a 1:30 video.
Damn, that's crazy. But that means I know you're putting a lot of work in it, though.
Yeah, because I had to like download everything. I had to source for everything individually.
Oh, okay.
And then I had to like cut up all the interviews and put them all together, and then make sure it doesn't look all choppy, and then do the out cuts and, format it. Because before I used to just put all these transitions, so it would just be like transition, like, and it's like now it's just like moving, like a flowing.
Yeah, it looks like more like flow state kind of thing, like keeping it all.
But people don't realize how long it takes to edit stuff. To me, I mean, if someone that's more seasoned, someone that actually knows what they're doing, or actually has a system down, they could probably do it a lot faster than me. But
of course, yeah.
It literally took me an hour and a half.
But you're like learning the groundwork and stuff for shit like that. Like I get what you're saying, because like when I did I started editing a little bit last year, at least for like music videos.
Yeah, you're getting a lot better. Like
I have been getting a lot better. And when I did like a video for the Rebel Status crew called Troy IV, and that was such a fucking bitch to edit.
How long did it take you?
It took me like 2-3 hours to do, like, and I only did the rough cut, and then I had to send it to someone and be like, yo, can you put VFX in it? Because I didn't know how to do VFX at the time.
Yeah, I don't still know how to do that.
Yeah, so. It's really difficult. But so I spent a few hours on it, and then like it sucked too, because I got a live version and I got just like an audio version of them like rapping with the song along. So when they were doing the live version, they weren't really keeping up with the tempo of the song. So I'd have to constantly be like, the words aren't matching, and I'd have to zoom in, or I'd have to like zoom forward a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I'd cut back immediately after, because it's like, oh, their flow is out, kind of.
That's editing.
And it fucking sucks. But like, I totally get it. Are you like kind of excited to start doing music videos this year? Because you're doing them a little bit.
This will be my first time doing anything like this, so I'm really excited. I don't know if I'm gonna do the editing part, but I'm gonna do the filming part.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I actually don't know what my role is gonna be yet. As far as I'm just gonna be part of the project, whether it be filming it, maybe behind the scenes photography stuff, or getting some BTS stuff, or doing part of the edit. But I would like to work with, if they want me to edit, I would like to work with someone to.
I'm sure that they would want you to edit. I think we're gonna do it in waves, to be honest.
I'm not sure. Figure it out, because I mean, I'm down to try it all to see what works, and then passing it on to have multiple people like working on, because the editing part is a part where I am a little like nervous about, because I think
all of us are, which is kind of good though, because then we can all at least be like, I can give you my finished version, and you could be like, oh, I think you should, and then like tweak it wherever you want. Yeah. And then you could send it to, or however the order goes, and you can send it to Frosty, and then Frosty be like, oh, I think it'd be better if we blah, Yes. And I feel like 3 eyes are better than, or 3 pairs of eyes are better than, one person. Just
I might have to get a consultation by Dosa Films.
For real. Oh my God, that would be nice.
I don't know how he fucking does his one day turnovers. Like he's nuts.
He's fucking insane. I told you, right, when we were in San Diego, we did those little shoots
he's
around.
Quick.
It was funny as fuck, because it's like 6 a.m, right? And like, obviously I wasn't fucking drinking in San Diego, so I was up pretty early, and no one else would be up for like a few hours while I'm like just walking around the house, kind of. Yeah. And he'd be fucking editing. And I'm like, dog, it's fucking 7 a.m, and you and me are the only 2 people up. What are you fucking doing? He's like, I gotta finish this. And I'm like, I totally understand. I haven't been there, but Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you are definitely, he's dedicated,
He's
and
hungry. He innovates. And for himself, like, I remember asking him what he was using, and like, he was like, oh yeah, I have a GoPro Hero 3. And I was like,
that's all you're using?
Well, like he was using it for other stuff. And I was like, dude, you using a GoPro like Hero 3 or 4 or something like that? And you're just like, he used what he had, but like now his stuff is like, he's like expanded so much. Like I know he has like drone. I think he does all kinds of other stuff. And like
he's doing big stuff.
Yeah, now. Like he upgraded his gear and everything. But I remember talking to him, and he was already doing it for a while, but I was expecting like some crazy gear that he had, and he was just like,
nope.
You just had like this normal stuff, but it was just like he knew how to maximize it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand is try to learn to master and maximize whatever you have now and then move on to the next level. Because if you don't have the skill and you get like the example with that Komodo, like the most like cinema camera, like high end stuff.
Yeah.
You get all that stuff. Those shit are complicated.
For real. You'll be like, what the fuck am I doing?
It might even make you not to want to do it. Like even me,
real.
like upgrading my camera to what I have now, the Lumix S5 II, it took me a while to even get comfortable with it because it was a lot more than what I was used to. Because the other one, I was used to just recording and going. Now I'm like setting, like learning all the settings and dialing it in and
you're getting hella complicated with
and learning different things, other aspects that I didn't even think about prior. I would before it was just like kind of just on the run and gun and
yeah. I think that's like a good part to have about it. But yeah, I think Dosa's also like in one of those like special kind of like positions where it's like I feel like there are two types of people, right? And it's either the chronically online or the always outside type of people. And I feel like Dosa kind of like meshed well with both sides because he was like, I have True Gang, so I can go outside with a bunch of people. We can meet a bunch of people and I can meet more artists to work with. And then I can still be like inside all day and people can come to me and I can get money from my own people because they all need a music video. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he's done really good. Yeah. And he's one of many. There's several, Bay Area like music videographers out here that I see on social media that are doing really good work. I don't know a lot of them. Actually, I don't know that many at all.
Justin recently.
Yeah, I just met Justin and stuff. He does really great work. Yeah. There's so many people that do stuff or just Tarantino like
Jess. Yeah,
Jess does. She her work goes crazy. Like
she's doing a cool thing now too. I recently went to go see her to do the like drip check thing that she's doing.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it was pretty funny. We went to the Mission Theater, and you know how like there's like that like not hallway, but there's like a thing that you walk up to get inside to the theater for real. Yeah. We were like standing outside there because she was like, "Oh, I need the light, like to get your whole your whole outfit. So like, let me shoot over here." And it was like maybe we were there for less than 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and all these people came up to us, like the workers there, and they're like, "What's going on here? What are you guys doing?" And we're just like, "We're just shooting. We just need the light really fast. Like we'll be done in 2 minutes, promise." And then he was like, "Well, you guys are taking up like a huge section of the hall, so people can't really get through. So be careful." And we're like, "You what?" Like everyone was going around us. Like everybody was like going. There's 3 like separate doorways. Yeah. People were using the other 2. Like why does it matter that we're over by one side of a door? And he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need you guys to leave soon." And so like me and her were just like, "Shut the fuck up, bro. Like give us 1 minute. Like you'll be fine." That's one of the most annoying parts I think about being like a cameraman is when people are like, "You can't record here," and it's like I can record wherever the fuck I want.
Yeah, that's when you have to have your people skills come in and
for real.
Like, just like real quick and that's I haven't really run into that much.
No,
not really, because I haven't really been pushing the envelope that much as far as going out and recording that way.
Like yeah.
Okay, I don't really go into like those type of public spaces. Like I do more. I don't know. I need to push myself more. I think if I'm not getting that, I'm not pushing myself.
That is probably a little true.
I'm not.
Have you ever gotten like I guess this isn't like as exactly related, but have you ever had like a moment in like customer service where this person's like really trying you and eventually like you just have to like, you kind of have to mask off for a second. You're like, "Listen, buddy, this is your only fucking option," right? You know what I mean?
Definitely. I'm working as a bartender.
Duh. What the fuck? You're a fucking bartender.
I've had it many times, especially when they're drunk, and then you have to like conversate with them and tell them like, "All right, you're being a Karen right now. You need to relax. Like I'll handle this." Or when people are like in your face and being like, "I need a drink," blah blah blah, or like, and I just acknowledge them as nice as I can and be like, "All right, I'll help you. I'll take your order." Yeah. But I'm gonna help them first.
Yeah.
And I'll do that, and then they'll get even more mad.
Yeah.
But you just took them over. Yeah, but you're not next, so relax.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand how to somewhat, and I also used to serve too. So serving there,
even the worst.
Yeah. So I know what's up. Like I've learned how to talk to people over time, and there's been times where I get very flustered, but I don't let it get to me. If people are extremely rude, extremely mean to me, I just try to be more kind. And they just get more mad, and I love it.
That's a good one.
Just be super kind to them and be like, "Think you're
just doing great, buddy."
I was just like, I'm embarrassed in front of other people and be like, thank you. You're very kind today. I appreciate it. But
Wow.
like, I'll fuck with them. I'll fuck with
really
someone
funny.
because they just know I'm fucking with them.
Yeah.
And
So they're getting
everyone
more
around
pissed.
them, you know, like,
They're like laughing a little too.
because when you match your level, well, I experienced it. If you try to match your level and be like crazy,
then a
like
fight just happens.
then they're just gonna get more mad, and then people are gonna look at you like, you know, what are you doing?
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
Even though
You're
it's not
helping
your
the
fault. So
situation.
it's like, you know what? I don't try to have confrontation like that, but I'll be petty.
Yeah.
And I'll be petty
like,
as fuck with them. But then, you know, like, if you're hella cool with me, I'll be hella cool. I'll go extra for you.
Yeah, I'll go extra mile. Yeah.
So I figured that's the best way to handle it. But like, I really like what Jess doing with the drip check. I feel like that's original.
Yeah,
like
I think
concept,
that's a good idea.
and I love her editing style, the way she puts videos together and
good.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I like the work that she does on that.
Me too. Yeah, I think that's like something that kind of like the Bay Area needs at least, because I feel like there are drip checks like kind of everywhere on Instagram, but like they're usually like the most annoying ones where they're like my $700 Balenciaga boots.
Oh, those
and then
rich New York kids.
Yeah, my 30K jeans, and it's like I don't care about this. I'm just like, yeah, I got these at Goodwill.
I feel like this is like an uplifting drip check. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
You know, boom, boom. This is what we're doing.
It's like, yo, I bought this shirt 20 years ago, actually. Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah, it's just all about, you know, your statement of who you are and stuff. So I do like that. I know at True Gang that they do theirs too.
Yeah, they're starting to do it. Yeah.
They're just fun.
They have cool ones. It's funny, like, how big True Gang has gone recently, like, thinking about it. Like, I was talking with Aft, and he was telling me about, like, just, like, how he's been talking with True Gang a little bit more because they're becoming more, like, established, I guess. So they're, like, trying to figure out their ways. And Aft was just like, you need to, like, label everyone in the group because there's, like, 30 of you, and we only know, like, 2 of you.
Yeah, I don't even know who's all in them.
For real, I don't even know if I could name all of them. Let's try and do it. We got
Is A-Storm in it?
Zaystorm. We got J Stay True. We got TQ, the Bless Boy, Dom G, Dosa. You got Cam and Taheen. You got
Cam and Team are in True Gang?
Yeah. Taheen was
I didn't
first,
even know.
and Cam kind of like tagged along in. Miss Nana is now in True Gang. It's 8 people. Who am I missing? We're missing like a couple people, I feel like.
Easily. I feel like there's some more. I just can't even think of it.
I think Kenny might technically be in. I don't know. I don't even know anymore.
I like Kenny's work too. Kenny does some really cool
Kenny's
stuff.
such a good photographer. I keep like
He's
dropping the ball with him and being like, because he's like, yo, let's work together. I'm like, yeah, let's do it this date. And then like the date will come up and be like, you ready? I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm not. I'm so sorry.
No, he's really good.
Yeah, he's super fucking talented. I definitely appreciate Kenny's work. Who else is? They kind of do like a whole multimedia thing, kind of like FNG does, I guess, huh? Damn, I'm like trying to think now. I'm like, damn, are we like one of the only groups that doesn't do that? I guess like you and me technically would be, but we're the only two.
I'm like associated.
You're in there.
I'm by association.
No, yeah, I think most people would like it with you.
I feel like I'm moving into the media part of Rebel Set It.
You definitely are. You know what's funny too is
because
like,
I see you guys don't have it. I'm like,
well, you need somebody.
I'll do something if you guys want.
No, yeah, it's funny to see it like that too, though, because like I realized that hole was there, like, you know, like last year probably, and I was trying to get like people like in that group of like booking shows and like doing photography or doing this and that, and I was like kind of like forcing them on the group. Like I'd be like, hey, this is gonna be like a person that you're gonna be hanging around for a while, and then like the group would be like, I don't fuck with this person, I don't like them, and it's like whatever. And then with you, they're all like, man, we love Aaron, like Aaron's so nice. I'm like, damn, how did I not think of like forcing Aaron into the group?
You gotta let things happen organically. Like
I guess that's true.
When I go watch your shows and stuff, I go to take photos, and I do for the guys because I'm like, I know they really don't have anyone else like doing it, so I just do it, you know, to enjoy the music. First of all, I love the shows, and then I love to, you know, make art, whatever, for them. Yeah. So also, just capture it, and then
photography's such your thing. Like, you're gonna do that.
Just have fun and just do that, and then make some media, and then record some stuff, and then put it together. That's why doing music videos and hopefully we do some work with them would be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll happen because apparently February 16th or the beginning of March. I'm not sure, but apparently that's when we're working on getting this album out, which will be really nice. I've been waiting forever.
Fuck yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm hella excited too. I'm like, it's funny because we have a friend, Ajaya, who like makes he's like a portrait artist. He like kind of like draws and stuff. So we're making him like work on the album cover. And I'm waiting for him to be done. And I'm just like, can you just finish so I can get this tattooed? Because I really want it. That's
sick.
how I'm feeling.
Yeah. So like I've talked about it many times. Like my plan is to get one tattoo a year until like I'm 40.
1 year.
And so this year, I usually get it around my birthday. So this year I was talking to my to Iggy at Frisco Tattoo.
Okay.
One of the best tattoo artists out here in the Bay.
I need to get Iggy.
In San Francisco, born and raised. I told him, I was like, if Niners win, I'm getting a 49er tattoo.
Really?
I was kind of hyped when I said it because that was after they won, but like, I don't know. I'm trying to.
You're feeling it though? You actually do want it?
I don't know. Maybe if they win the Super Bowl, I'll fucking do it. But I've been wanting to get the Golden Gate Bridge, and he had put it like because he puts like pieces out. Okay. And then he's like, hey, like flash pieces.
Oh, flash pieces.
Gotcha, he puts them out, and he's just like, hey, this is what I'm working on. You know, people see it, and they, you know, if they're interested, they come in for that. Or you could do your he does original stuff too.
Yeah. That's cool.
But he put a flash piece of like Golden Gate, and so I was like, oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Because that's why I've been talking to him about getting the Golden Gate Bridge, because I wanted to get it on my arm to connect. You know, none of my tattoos make sense.
Is it a sugar skull up here?
I have a sugar skull on my side, then I have like a sun thing up here, and then I have a heart for my grandma, and then but I have this weird space between them.
Oh my god.
That will fit for a bridge, because like the bridge goes like,
oh gotcha
like a U kind of thing. So I was like, you know, I could put a bridge right there, but they all don't make sense, but they make sense to me. So
it doesn't matter. Yeah, as long as you like them.
But he also did a flash of a 49er one, and
you're like, that might be the one.
That's it. I'm getting a 49er one. That's it.
Damn, maybe I should go to your friend, because low-key, I've been talking to like all the artists that I used to go to like around the city, because I've been trying to get more tattoos, and I want to do a stomach piece. And so I've been telling people what I want. I'm like going to people, and I'm like, yo, so I want to get the city skyline on my stomach, and then like all these like little details I'm saying I want. And they're like, yeah, I don't know about that. And so I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, you got to find an artist that will work with you on it, because not all.
Especially, I feel like maybe I'm like, either my design in my head, like my insecurity, I'm like, do you guys think it's an ugly design, or do you guys just not want to do it because it's on my stomach and it's big? You know what I mean?
It depends on what, you know, the artist is capable of doing, because not all artists are capable of doing it. Because he was telling me, he was telling me that he knew like some tattoo artists that didn't even know how to draw. I'm like, if you know how to draw, how you tattoo
do
it?
Yeah, I guess you're just
stenciling everything. And I'm just like, see, that would be hard.
That would be hard.
But honestly, at Frisco Tat, there's so many different tattoo that someone might be able to do it for you. If not him, because he has other like fellow tattooers that
in the shop.
They do great as fucking work there. So,
yeah, you're gonna have to give me his info.
But also like find someone that connect with, and that will actually do it. Because if you get an artist or a tattoo artist that are like, I'm not too sure. If they're not too sure, then they're not the right person to do it.
That's 100% true.
And so you got to go where someone is good. But also not someone that's just trying to get you out of money either.
Yeah.
So there's those people too that were just like.
Have you ever gotten a tattoo where like you figured out later that the tattoo artist like either didn't like it or was kind of like, I don't know, like didn't like you?
I only got one tattoo artist.
Oh, really? You've only gotten tattoos from this dude?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Too loyal.
That's crazy, bro. When I was
I don't know if he doesn't like tattoos or not. So I mean, if he doesn't, he's keep doing them.
Yeah. He's just like, whatever, I'll do this one.
No, I got one flash tattoo on my leg. It's a little cactus. I got it in the Mission too by some tattoo lady. Like I forget. I think she was Peruvian.
Was it a Friday 13th thing or something?
It might have been a Friday the 13th, or it was like a flash, like a Friday style. Me and my girlfriend were just like, we're on 24th and we're walking and we saw the flash and we're like,
let's get one
together. And then we just paid like $100 and we both got like a tattoo.
Oh, did she get a cactus too?
No, she got something else. She got like a witch hat or something.
Yeah.
And then I got the cactus with like a little sombrero on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
But that's the only time I got it from someone else. But it was a really tiny one, so I don't really consider that like a real big piece. Because I'm considering if you're getting like tattoos from other art, it has to be very intricate. This one is just very lines, like, you know, it's not
just a line thing. Yeah.
And then I still got one from the homie that does like a stick and poke on my leg, but that one's like a little one too. So that one's just like a cool little art one.
Yeah.
From Hans, like Hans does some really good stuff. So, but all his is original stuff. Like he doesn't do.
He won't like come. You can't come to him with an idea.
Yeah, he won't do ideas. Like you either do his stuff or he won't do it.
I kind of appreciate that.
But his stuff is really cool, and it's like very like you have to be very committed to actually do that stuff.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. The only reason I like brought that up though is like, I got my first tattoo on my 18th birthday, and I had gotten it done by this. He was probably like in his 40s or something when he did my tattoo. But so I had gotten it, and I really liked it. You know, I'm a dumb 18-year-old. It's the yellow submarine.
Oh, yeah.
It's the yellow submarine. It doesn't even look good, honestly. But like at the time, I thought it was so cool. And I was hanging out with a bunch of my friends in high school at lunch, and one of my good friend's little sisters came up to me, and she was like, "Hey, I actually just met your tattoo artist last weekend." And mind you, we're like 18 at the time. So she's like 15, 14. So I'm like, "What? You met my tattoo artist?" And she's like, "Yeah, he was at a party and he was saying how ugly he thought your tattoo was."
What a dick.
Yeah, I'm like, one, this dude is 40. So why are you hanging out with a 15-year-old? That's fucking weird. Second, why the fuck is he talking about my tattoo? And then she's like, "I don't know. I guess he just did it and thought it was ugly. I said that I knew you." And then she was all like, I was like, damn, like this guy's
that's the worst. That's
for real.
That's hating on another level.
I was like, damn, let me never go back to that dude again.
Yeah, nah.
I mean, it wasn't Temecula, so it's not like I'd ever see him again, but.
No, I haven't had any. So by like Iggy, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you're still in the count stages.
Yeah, so.
I'm like somewhere over 30. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have that many tattoos, like compared to you.
Yeah, I think I just, for a while when I first moved to San Francisco, my rent was so low that I was just like, I'm going to get a tattoo every month. So I was like, once a month I'd get a tattoo.
I have 6 tattoos by him.
Oh, that's pretty cool though.
And then I
That's a
have
good
one,
amount.
my roommate did one, my first tattoo ever, which is like my grandparents' name on my back.
It's a good one.
So I have 7, I have 8 tattoos.
8 tattoos. Okay. Is there any that you're like, damn, why did I get this?
Not yet.
Yeah. Me
No,
neither.
I mean, all of them, I like them. I mean, I don't.
I just never understand that. I feel like people are always like, you'll regret them when you're older. And I'm like, I've never gotten a tattoo where I'm like, man, I do not like this anymore. This sucks.
I don't even see them, you know? I'm wearing clothes all the time. So I'm like,
yeah, for real.
Sometimes I forget. Like I catch myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Especially the one on my back. I forget I have it all the time.
Yeah.
So when I'm not wearing a shirt and then I'll pass by like a mirror in the house and I'm like,
fuck.
Oh shit, I have that on my back.
Yeah. Do you ever like get freaked out? You're in the shower and you're like, what the fuck? And then you're like, oh yeah. Tattoo.
I don't have that many tattoos like that.
Oh, okay.
Not like you.
Just me, I guess. No, I'm just
Looking like Adam Levine.
Ew, fuck Adam Levine's tattoos. He has the worst
He look like Chipotle bag.
For real, he does look like a Chipotle bag. His shit, I don't know. I feel like, do you ever like look at people who have gotten tattoos and
They
you're
just
like,
look like a flash.
yeah, and you're like, what was the idea with this? Like, why do you need?
My buddy Brennan, I work with him. His is like, but his are actually really fucking cool.
Yeah,
but they kind of look like flashy. But he has like a lot of old school, like
I don't
traditional
feel like
art
that's
stuff.
necessary. It's the people who get like the whatchamacalled, the fucking hourglasses and the roses and the flower. Like that's the typical thing they get all over their body. You know what I mean? The clocks,
the typical ones, like those.
Yeah, like owls,
like the traditional tattoos, or like not traditional.
Not traditional.
Are you talking about like more flash tattoos?
No, I'm talking about like realistic tattoos people get. Like they'll get like a half sleeve, right?
Oh,
and it'll be like the fucking
Roman numerals to
Roman
like a clock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everyone.
Those. I'm like, what is this
a lot
for?
of a lot of people I know back home have all those.
Same. No, yeah. I'd be looking at people and I'm like, what was the idea?
I know
though?
my shit don't make sense, but I didn't want to get it to like everyone else look like it too. You know?
I just feel like
I'm pretty sure no one's gonna have like the same arm sleeve I have, because mine is just all random, but it's also stuff that like meaningful.
It's unique to you. Yeah.
But not every tattoo has to be meaningful either, though.
No, I would definitely agree with you. I have some pretty fucking stupid tattoos, but like I still like all of them. You know what I mean?
My buddy Brennan is like, he has more tattoo. Like he has he's covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
And like he's like every month he's coming with like a new tattoo. I'm like, how do you even have space?
Hell yeah. How do you have space? I feel like that's the best time is when you're like, damn, time to go over some old tattoos. You know? Time to restart.
He said one of his first tattoos he got was like on his arm.
Okay.
It was on his arm or his leg. I forget. No, it was on his arm. And he was tagged. He's a tagger from St. Louis.
So he got a tag.
And so he was hitting up a tag on the billboard or something. He slipped and he went over some like he scraped his tattoo over some old wood or something.
Oh no.
And he got a staph infection. And so his tattoo is like permanently gone.
That sucks.
His tattoos like got removed from it because of that situation. He said it was like really like his mom's a nurse, so his mom's like, what the fuck happened to you?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Like he's been in some really fucked up situations. Like,
yeah.
But he was telling me like
I'm
that
sure.
you could have died from that. It's crazy.
You can. Yeah.
Because it was just healing. It was in the healing stage when it happened.
Yeah, and that's like the
and
worst.
And then he got fucking
fuck
staph infection.
Have you ever seen someone like get the laser removal?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of the laser removals.
Have you ever seen someone who's like fresh off of it? Like,
no.
There's one of my brother's friends got a tattoo removed, and it was like a huge one all on his legs and thighs. And after you get a tattoo removed, they tell you to basically take the day off, like just sit down, relax for the rest of the day, because it's like you shouldn't really be moving around doing heavy stuff. But he's like a bartender, so he was like, I need to go into work. So he ran into work, and it was so gross. He was wearing like these like tan pants.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently when he was done, they were just like black, like on the stuff. And it was just so nasty.
So when I got my leg tattoo, I went to work right after.
I've done that before too.
So I went right to it, and my leg was fucking soaked.
Yeah.
But I had that certain patch on there. So like, it was like a bubble of like blood. So I know it sounds nasty, but it luckily didn't get on my clothes.
That is good. Yeah.
But it was dumb. I kept bumping it.
You're hurting it.
Hurting. Yeah. It was like a fucking major sunburn.
I've definitely had that happen, especially on the legs. That hurts the most, I feel like.
I'm excited because I have more space on my legs to keep on doing it. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, like how to like plan it out. And just, I want to keep it where I have one side serious and the other side not. But I think, I don't know.
Serious? What does unserious mean? Like
just fun tattoos. Like fun tattoos where I'm like, don't care that much about.
Oh, interesting.
Like a fun tattoo. Okay, like if I need to cover it, I'll cover it. Or if I need like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
For one, I want detail and intricacy. Like I'm like,
you're trying to go for a really nice
like a theme. Like one side I'm like I'm gonna be theme and the other side not. But I think, should we wrap it up here?
Yeah, we might have
to. Yeah, let's wrap it up here. Yeah. But yeah, we'll post what we're doing, and we're doing a lot of work. So we'll probably do some more like. We'll show our work more and do more behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the next level of what we should be doing.
By the time, honestly, we do the next episode, I wouldn't doubt it if one thing is out that we've been talking about. I won't say names, but gang. Sorry that we're cutting it early, but gang.
Oh, do you have a song that leads out?
Here, yeah. Let me just. There we go.
I didn't realize it was 2 already. Shit.
Slide through. Forget your friends, bitch, just me and you. Ain't got no man, I'm like